Coming up on Geek News, aliens invade Haiti. Bill Gates super pokes Facebook. We celebrate over 30 years of the Force. And how not to kung fu viral style. Hi everybody, I'm new media specialist Steve McGarry. We've got a power-packed show lined up for you with news on the latest gadgets, happenings in technology, gaming, and info on the latest films for fanboys out there. But first, what's making waves on the net now? It's new footage of an amazing viral video that's too good to be true. Check this out.
Headlines.
An assumed close encounter of another kind has caused a viral stir website. The video shows multiple UFOs zooming by in an unnamed district of Haiti. Close to 4 million have viewed the alien drive-by since being posted, but alas, much like Joan Rivers' face, it's a fake. The UFO animation marvel behind the video wishes to remain anonymous, said it was just posted as an experiment to see what kind of a reaction it would get. And even after that revelation, some people still can't believe it's a hoax. Guess some folks are still repressed over that whole dealio about Santa. Oh, Apple, you are so sweet. Here's a look at the new Jenny Craig version of the slimmed-down iMac, which kind of reminds us of a huge iPhone. Well, kind of. The new Appleized hardware looks great, but it's what's under the hood that'll have most techs drooling. It's got faster processors thanks to Intel Core 2 Duo CPUs, which can run from 2 to 2.4 gigahertz. Better graphics thanks to built-in ATI Radeon HD 2000 series chips. And don't let the weight drop fool you either. Disk drives on the new iMac can hold between 250 to 320 gigs. If you're impressed with the new look, you might want to close your eyes because this is what it looks like naked. Not 48 hours after the new iMac was released, some technophobes from Japan decided to upload photos of the new iMac minus its casing. Yeah. With the new hardware comes new software, and Apple has delivered there too with iLife 2008. iLife features a host of applications like GarageBand for music creation. There's iWeb for customizable controls over web pages. iMovie is also featured to help out with video clip editing. And last but not least, iPhoto for quick and easy photo organization, which comes in handy, of course, when you have pics of Uncle Bob you'd like to email to friends. Yes. Fanboys might have to wait a few more months to catch the hotly anticipated actioner Hitman from Fox Studios, but you can view the new blow 'em up good trailer at the official site for the movie.
What was your number?
47.
The video game-inspired flick from the highly successful Hitman PC franchise, which has spawned 3 follow-ups to the Hitman codename 47 original, follows the genetically engineered assassin Agent 47 as he battles Russian and Interpol agents across Eastern Europe after a botched setup. The movie's official release date is set for November 21st. Fans of the game can look forward to Hitman 5, and that's scheduled to put the hit on gaming consoles in 2008. Get it? Like, hit on gaming consoles. I don't know who writes this garbage, honestly. The Nintendo Wii continues to break record sales. The gaming console just broke through the 3 million mark for actual units sold. However, more injuries are being reported online due to those freewheeling nunchuck controllers. For those that need proof, just visit WiiInjury.com, where Wii owners vent and show videos of the effects of harmful gameplay. Okay, all right, that's fake, but it's funny because, well, he's bleeding from the eye.
Geek News.
That's one way to ruin a perfectly good remote, I think. Stay with us. We've got more geek-defied stories to come with specs on a Japanese robot that would make Homer Simpson drool, and the latest news on the online happenings of the new Indiana Jones movie currently in production. All that and more on Geek News next. Welcome back. We promised to give you the latest on tech and gadgets, and we're set to deliver. On deck first, news on a web application that's just been launched, and it puts a bit of a spin on online mapping sites when you compare them to, say, Google Maps or MapQuest. The latter two let you know how to get somewhere. But this free web locator gives users info on streets they might want to avoid.
SciTech.
Here's a website you might want to look into, especially if you're not living in what could be termed a Mr. Rogers type neighborhood. And that accounts for 99% of us. It's a free web-based program found at thevision2020.com. It gives you the ability to find the whereabouts of sex offenders living in your area just by inputting the desired address, city, and zip code of your choice. Not only does the program give you the perv's locale, but it also outputs their arrest info, which is tagged with that ever-impressive mugshot. Now here's a startling stat. According to Vision 2020, there are over 650,000 registered sex offenders in the U.S. alone. At the very least, the targeting tool will help you figure out who not to invite to the annual backyard barbecue at the old homestead this year. That includes you, Mikey. You're now looking at what could replace the dog as man's best friend. Meet the world's first beer bot. A 2-foot-tall robot that's able to store up to 6 cans of beer and act as a refrigeration unit. But here's the kicker. This little guy can also pour and serve beer to its owner in one simple command. I bet you I know what Lindsay Lohan's getting for Christmas.
Gadgets.
It's visions of that Polaroid instant camera from the 70s with a new millennium twist. Zinc, a U.S. company which stands for Zero Ink, has developed a new digital camera which also acts as a mini printer, allowing novice photophiles to print pictures literally seconds after they're snapped through an inkless process that hones in on embedded dye crystals found in the paper itself, which in turn produces the photos. The 7-megapixel camera has a 2-inch LCD display and outputs 2x3-inch borderless prints on command. Up next for Zinc, inkless photos for cell phones. It's Intel's new computerized custom chopper, and she's a beaut. Designed by the Tuttle crew at Orange County Choppers, this 250 horsepower road masher is not only one of the sickest bikes on the planet, but possibly the most high-tech as well. The Blue Chrome Rider has a virtual dashboard, rear-facing cameras in place of mirrors, and full audio and video capabilities, not to mention an integrated GPS system. You can catch a virtual demo of the bike in the world of Second Life and hook up with the digitized OCC crew where you can see Paul Sr. taking it for a spin. Well, it's official. Microsoft has added Facebook as a friend in business by providing some funding to the popular poking hotspot, and it's to the tune of $240 million. Now, insiders claim the crackbook FB is worth close to $15 billion. Not bad for a company that's only been around a little over 3 years. The $250 million finance injection is pretty much chump change to $60 billion guy, Bill Gates. Now, he's big on social networking as evidenced by the recent enhancements to Microsoft's Zoom media player and Zoom.net.
Well, the vision of how software is going to let people share and socialize, we think is very important. And so bringing that magic of software to create a social experience around music, Zoom.net is the first time anybody's done that.
On the flip side, anti-social networking is taking root on the web playing field with the likes of Hatebook, the anti-community platform that keeps you in touch with people you just can't stand. Can't hang out for viewers of the Al Jazeera network.
Geek News.
It's been close to 20 years since we last saw Indiana Jones whip up a box office frenzy, and I'm sure some of you watching out there weren't even around at the time. But a new indie offering by Steven Spielberg and George Lucas is underway, and we've got the latest news on it as only geeks can provide.
Fanboy.
Paramount Pictures have just launched the official website for the upcoming Indiana Jones movie set to hit theaters Memorial Day weekend. If you happen to miss Comic-Con featuring a broadcast feed with Steven Spielberg and Harrison Ford on set, users can now see the segment in its entirety online at the site.
The legend goes Lego.
And gamers, take note. LucasArts is getting set to launch a Lego-based video game version of the original Indiana Jones trilogy, and that's set for next summer. The location, Plaster City, California, where rocket engineers from around the globe witnessed Polecat Aerospace techs blast a 21-foot working model X-Wing fighter into the stratosphere. Unfortunately, what took months to create took only seconds to vaporize. No one really knew what caused the explosion until the videotech gurus at KingFilms.com unraveled the mystery with this footage. I knew it! Damn Empire. After viewing the new trailer for the sci-fi sequel Alien vs. Predator Requiem, there's no denying the franchise has gone back to its horror action roots. The Alien Fight Fest wrapped up shooting in Vancouver earlier this year and is directed by big screen newcomers Colin and Greg Strauss. The new iconic monster shootout has an R rating unlike its PG-13 predecessor, which, a lot like the facehuggers of the series, sucked. Well, look for an AVP invasion Christmas Day.
Geek News.
Gotta admit, those face huggers are pretty nasty. Stay with us. More sci-fi mayhem ensues as we party with the Jedi and Sith, as Star Wars fans celebrate 3 decades of the Force. Coming up next.
What is the meaning of this?
The meaning of what?
I ordered this task to be completed an hour ago.
Yeah, you did.
You have failed me for the last time.
That's what you said the last time.
I have been too forgiving in the past. Do not fail me again.
Because that'll be the last time.
Yes. No. I don't know. Continue stalking.
Always did wonder what Darth's younger brother Chad was up to. That's the viral sensation Chad Vader, day shift manager by Blame Society Productions. We go one-on-one with the guys behind the mask, and Dial 4 in this case, on the next episode of Geek News. It's pretty funny stuff. Now, we'll venture into more of the Force side of things in just a few minutes, but first, the latest headlines for gamers.
Gaming.
Gamers from all over the world got their game faces on for the inaugural World Series video game qualifying rounds in Toronto. The large online event had users going head-to-head in tournament rounds, playing some of the most popular game titles on the market.
The norm would be your first-person shooter, your Counter-Strike, your Quake, and it keeps on going from there. It's expanding quite quickly. World of Warcraft has 10 million subscribers, so automatically that's your largest fan base. Guitar Hero is a little different of an atmosphere. They're all friends.
Swedish crowd favorite Toxic took first place, and Canada's Thomas Wall, aka Griffin, placed 7th, each grabbing a piece of the $75,000 prize money, which was up for grabs. Nintendo is looking for its latest Mario offering, Super Mario Galaxy, to reach new heights for the Christmas season. So much so that they actually had everyone's favorite Italian plumber go through galactic moves for the game launch with former astronaut Buzz Aldrin.
Mario did excellent, just outstanding. Yeah, we were holding hands all the way, and upside down and sideways. Super duper Mario, right?
As 158-year-old Buzz said, Mario did outstanding on the weightless training session program, and considering he's not an alcoholic and doesn't have a penchant for wearing adult diapers, he'd be a shoo-in as a new recruit for Nassau. That is, of course, if he can get over his mushroom power-up addiction.
Geek News.
Now, when it comes to fans of any genre, arguably Star Wars geeks are some of the most dedicated. They don't want to just love the movie, they have to live it. As we recently found out at a celebration involving droids, bounty hunters, and Sith, it was fun and scary to say the least.
This might be hard to believe for some movie geeks out there, but Star Wars is celebrating its 30th anniversary this year. If you were a teen back in 1977 watching that Star Destroyer blast away at that ambassador ship, you might want to pencil in a prostate exam in the next few weeks. Or you can celebrate with Jedi and Sith alike at a Star Wars B-Day bash of choice, like this one we attended in Toronto recently. The 501 Regiment was on hand. They're a club of Star Wars-aholics who produce their own authentic gear and costumes, some totaling in the thousands.
Mine is pushing about 3,000 Canadian.
Those Vader costumes look wicked, but as we found out, make it hard for you to hear.
How long are you going to have the costume on for today?
About 3 years.
But it wouldn't be a galaxy far, far away affair without some of those really hot Jedi female babes posing for the cameras. Made more than the Force rise for some of us. Wow. And attendees had no problem showing off their lightsaber skills, which brought back memories of an online Star Wars celeb. Guess who? Scary. Almost looked like they were separated at birth or something. David Prowse, the original Lord Vader himself, highlighted the event with a Q&A with fans. The now 72-year-old former bodybuilder from the UK reminisced on some of his memories on the set of A New Hope.
George was quite strange actually for me because we hadn't spoken words to me all the way through the 5 months of working on the movie.
Can't blame George, really. A lot of people aren't into the whole bodysuit leather thing. The celebrations really got kick-started when Tamara Mortensen, known as the uber-cool Jungle Fett, showed off some of his bounty hunter dancing skills to fans. He wasn't nervous busting a groove, but that wasn't the case when he talked about his first day of shooting for the prequels.
So I just had to be cool. That's what I do if I'm stuck for acting tips. I just say, well, just be cool. Do you like your army? They'll do their job.
Had a couple more lines, and that's about all the dialogue he spoke in the whole series. Series coming up for 2009.
I don't know nothing about this TV series, and if I get asked to be part of it, I'd love to be part of it.
All right, Logan, nice way to duck the question.
Wow.
Literally? Though the live-action series is still set for a far, far away air date, fans have the 3D CGI half-hour Clone Wars series to look forward to, and that'll fly onto TV screens in early 08.
Geek News.
Star Wars in 3D, you gotta love it. It looks amazing. Speaking of which, get ready to be amazed with the best of what the web has to offer in our viral videos wrap-up when we come back. The viral video that spawned an internet phenomenon, Numa Numa, featuring Gary Brislama, lip-syncing a track from the Moldovan pop group Ozone. It's actually the second most downloaded video of all time, if you can believe it or not. And there's more where that came from with our collection, The Best of Geek Virals, for this week.
Viral videos.
The crew at Google.com, no relation to the search engine giant, have a hit on their hands with this viral casting call. Now, these kung fu masters, using the term lightly, of course, are auditioning for an unnamed chopsocky action movie. Ooh, check out those cat-like reflexes. It's almost like watching a young Jet Li or something. But no one beats Afro Ninja. Ooh, that's gotta hurt. Talk about serving hard time in Asia. You're watching over 1,500 inmates at a Philippine prison getting down to the sounds of Michael Jackson's Thriller. Believe it or not, prison officials say the convicts find dancing to retro tunes an enjoyable form of exercise. Except maybe that guy got a little bit carried away. Got into that whole 80s feel, dressed up like Boy George, a little bit of breakdancing going on. On YouTube, this viral vid is a hit, with close to 4 million views since its virtual debut just a few days ago.
Oh, baby.
How sweet the sound is not one phrase you would use with this next gospel-inspired net video. Let's face it, if you're going to lead a congregation into singing one of the most renowned songs on the planet, it's best to remember the words. Lord have mercy. Good to see old school breakdancing making a comeback. Always did have a soft spot for those classic flicks like Beat Street and Breakin', especially the sequel, Electric Boogaloo, always a fave. But there's really nothing like watching the event live. That is, unless you happen to be a 3-year-old toddler. Not to worry, he's okay. If the action was too fast for you, here's the remix. No real need for a setup on this one, but we'll give it a shot anyway. Here you've got a guy with an air pump, a tire, a camera, and way too much time on his hands. You know, this wouldn't have happened, I think, if he was actually maybe working. I know a lot of people that love their Bailey's Irish Cream, but this is ridiculous. Here's Dutch model Katja Schoeman proving that the beverage goes well with more than just coffee. We know the video's not too earth-shattering, but we like it. For obvious reasons. Poor Britney. After all the bad press, head shavings, marriage problems with that K-Fed guy, she still couldn't get it together for a comeback at the MTV Music Awards. Critics were harsh on her, to say the least, which prompted Britney's #1 fan to hit the critics one more time, and then some.
Leave Britney alone!
Meet Chris Crocker, but not in a dark alley. This instant celebrity made it to #1 on the YouTube charts for his Britney defense rant, as well as invites to Howard Stern's radio show and other big media outlets as well. See, kids, you don't need talent or an IQ to be famous.
Geek News.
For those wondering, that's a guy. If you want to hear the complete 2-minute plus Britney rant featuring Chris Crocker, make sure to check out the only source for geek info that matters. It's via geeknews.com. Once you're there, you'll find exclusive clips, daily webcasts, tech news, and a streamed version of Geek News powered by Desktop Box, which allows you to access every website and viral video featured on this program. And that about wraps it up on our end. More of the latest of Geektainment on our next broadcast. In honor of 3 decades of Star Wars, though, we're going to leave you with Jason Brannon and Chris Crawford's Ode to the Dark Side. Old school, of course. Here's the new Star Wars gangster rap. Bye for now.
I'm Yoda. I'm a soldier. I'm molded and found ya. I thought I told ya. Don't be unwise. Took me not by my side. You won't believe your eyes. Watch the X-Wing rise.
Yoda, why you being a player hater? You know that I still must confront Lord